Control! Mark the coordinates! It's absolutely beautiful out here!
Hello everyone. All of these 540p 24fps clips are 30 seconds long. I generated them right here using my RTX 5060 laptop with 8GB of VRAM and 32GB of system RAM. It took me around 13.5 minutes to generate a clip while recording with OBS Studio, and it usually takes around 12 minutes when I'm not multitasking with my GPU. In this video, I'm going to share the workflow and the exact settings I used for these generations. The link to the JSON file is in the description and in the pinned comment. But first, check out these previews.
They said it couldn't be done. That it's a suicide run. But they don't know you like I do, sweetheart. Over 800 hours. The world is watching. Let's give them a show.
They said this engine was dead, that she'd never run again. But I know a heartbeat when I hear one. We're just getting started.
They say that silence is the language of the past. Looking upon these stones, you begin to understand why. This was once a kingdom of noise, of iron, of conquest. But the wind carries no names here anymore. The ocean keeps no records. There is only the light and the eternal patient waiting of the earth.
Visual confirmed. The package is on the move. They're walking right into the trap.
The blood moon rises, and the feast begins.
Here's the page to the LTX-2 prompting guide, and I'll put the link in the description. To get the best results, you need to paint a complete picture that flows naturally from beginning to end. The golden rule is simple. Keep your prompt in a single flowing paragraph. You should aim for about 4 to 8 descriptive sentences to cover all the key aspects. Think of it as explaining a movie scene to a friend. You wouldn't just shout keywords at them. You would describe the action exactly as it happens. To really nail this, you need to establish the shot using cinematic terms, set the lighting to shape the mood, and write the core action as a natural sequence using present tense verbs. That is the secret to controlling this model. Here's the workflow I used to generate these clips. Right here, you have the links to all the models. Now, this part is important. I'm using the Distilled models, not the dev models. For the text encoder, I'm using the Gemma 3 GGUF version. Here is the dual clip connector. Again, make absolutely sure you use the Distilled version, or your generation will be a pixelated mess. Right here, you can find both the video and audio VA files. And this is the link to the LoRa model. After downloading them, go to your main ComfyUI directory. Inside the ComfyUI folder, open the models folder and drop your downloaded models into the relevant folders. Here, double check that you have manually selected the relevant model. Open the drop-down menu and manually select your exact model. This is a common mistake that leads to error messages. Here are the video settings I used for all of my generations in the video. Width is set to 960 and the height is set to 540. The length is set to 721 frames to hit that 30-second duration, and the frame rate is set to 24. Make sure your frame rate value here matches the frame rate float. This is the seed I used for all of my generations. The sample I'm using is Oil Ancestral, and CFG is set to 1 since I'm using the distilled versions. And I used 8 steps for all the generations. This is the tiled V8 decode node, and it's the one that lets us 8GB users generate these 30-second clips. I've reduced the tile size to 128 here, and the overlap to 32. Let's talk about error troubleshooting. I want to address some common errors I see down in the comments section. Make sure you're up to date. You can do this using the ComfyUI manager or by using the update ComfyUI bat file. If you have any missing nodes, you can click the install missing custom nodes option to install them. After that, restart ComfyUI and wait until everything is installed. If that didn't work, you have to find the GitHub repo for these specific nodes. Click code, copy the URL, go to your custom nodes folder, type cmd in the address bar and hit enter to open the command prompt. Then, before pasting the GitHub URL, type git clone, add a space, hit Ctrl V to paste the URL and hit enter. The nodes will automatically download. Only watch this section if you are unfamiliar with install CUDA and PyTorch, or if you have issues with them. I'm using CUDA 13.1 on my system. And finally, make sure you have installed the correct PyTorch version. Go to pytorch.org, click Get Started, then first select your build. It can be the stable or nightly version. I'm using the nightly version, but if you are just starting out, it's better if you stick to the stable version. Then select your operating system, language, and compute platform. Since I'm using the latest CUDA version, I've selected CUDA 13. After selecting all of these options, you will get the command you need. Copy it, go to your ComfyUI directory, type cmd in the address bar, paste the command, hit enter, and then wait until everything is downloaded. Here's the image of our first generation. You can see the video settings here. And here's the prompt. I try to keep everything according to the guide, as you can see here. I've established the shot, set the scene, used camera movements, and described the audio. You should keep the flow if you want the best results. Now check out the generation process. Again, make sure you have the prompt correct because it can be tricky. I'm still figuring out the best prompting techniques as they completely change the outcome of the generation. LTX-2 is a model that you have to be really familiar with if you want decent results. Even then, there will still be imperfections from time to time or all the time. If you're expecting perfect results all the time, especially with 8GB of VRAM, this model might not be for you. However, if you are willing to be patient and familiar with the strengths and weaknesses of the model, you can definitely get decent results out of it. Here's the video in 804 seconds, which is around 13.4 minutes. I got the same results within 11.5 to 12 minutes when I wasn't using OBS Studio. Check out the other generations as well. Tell me about your results and any issues in the comments below.